Allora, buonasera, buonasera a tutti e grazie per essere qui. Thank you for being here. We have such a nice group every time we meet. And we are so happy you are coming and you want to learn Italian, you want to practice, you want to be together. Because in the end, that's what we are doing. We are just together. We are trying to stay connected in all possible ways. So, let's start this Parliamo Italiano part 6. We are in December, so I thought, why not having a holiday kind of vibe in our language practice tonight. So I'm going to, there will be a series of slides as always with something about traditions for these holidays in Italy, something about food, of course, Christmas and the holidays in Italy. And then there will be videos of Italians doing things for Christmas and also a song. I want to, I don't know if you know this song. I mean, you'll tell me when you hear it. But the song I'm going to use is called Tu scendi dalle stelle. Have you ever heard this song? Sorry, too early. And you know what? I forgot to do that trick, Diana. So I'm going to unshare and then reshare my thing the right way so that the audio is clear for everybody. Why am I not, sorry, I have a glitch. Something is happening. I'm not seeing what I'm sharing. Do you see my screen, Diana?
Nancy, I see your desktop right now. So you might have, you may have selected the wrong screen. Like, so when it pops up the white box.
There you go.
There you go. Perfect.
But I want to check again that I did that thing that I'm supposed to do. Sorry. Okay. I am ready this time. Here we go. Okay, so I wanted to share with you this song, Tu scendi dalle stelle. Have you ever heard of this song? It is a very old, very traditional Christmas song. All Italians know this song. They sing it throughout the holidays, and it is a song that is about, of course, baby Jesus, and you are born, you're also poor, you love me so much, I am so moved by your love for me. And it was written in 1732 by Alphonsus Liguori, who was a Neapolitan archbishop, and before that a lawyer, kind of a genius, a philosopher, a musician, and a poet and a writer. And this song he wrote in 1732, and it has become really the backbone of Italian Christmas. All generations sing it, children sing it, and it's really connected with children, and also with the Italian bagpipes. The zampogna. Have you ever seen la zampogna? It's a big bagpipe, and usually shepherds play it, and the shepherds who go and go visit baby Jesus in the nativity scene. So we'll start with this song, and what we are going to do, we're going to listen to it, but most of all, we are going to read it. You have here the text and also the translation. Later, we are going to find words also from this song, and you're going to sing it. Okay? Okay, you like it? You liked the idea? Perfect. All right, so let's just listen to it and enjoy it first. Oh, so we go back. So do you know this song? No, never heard of it. Oh, great. I'm so
I've heard
happy.
it.
Yeah, you heard it? Who spoke? Who said it? Oh,
Amy,
Amy. Did
yeah.
you hear it? Where did you hear it?
We've sung an arrangement of that in our church choir several Christmases. So as soon as the tune started, I knew it.
Did you sing it in Italian?
Yeah, some of it, not all of it.
Oh, great. I'm so happy to hear this because every time I ask people, nobody knows this song. But for most of you, it's new. And I'm so happy I'm introducing you to a new song. And it's a song that is so rooted in our culture. Let's look at the language first quickly. You recognize many of these words. You sang these words also in our music many times. And also, now you know Italian. Tu scendi, so you come down from the stars, le stelle, o re del cielo. I want to look at this interesting word, C-I-E, actually is one sound, c'è. You never say the I. The I is only there to give you the ch sound. Cielo. And then vieni in una grotta al freddo e al gelo. Good words here to practice double consonants. Grotta. Freddo. Bambino, and bambino is a child, and of course it is Jesus, bambino mio divino. And then there is another way in the song we call him O Re del Cielo, the King of the Sky, but also bambino mio divino, my divine baby, and also Dio beato, so holy God. And then he's also il creatore. And then here, caro eletto pargoletto. Pargoletto means child again. Pargolo is an old Italian word to me that means child. And etto, as you know now from our previous Italian, Parliamo Italiano, etto means little and small and cute. Okay, so this is the first, it's like a tease. We'll come back to the song and then you're going to sing it. All right. So, sorry, no, stop. What do Italians do? Italians for Christmas, yes, sorry. Italians for Christmas do many things. There's lots to do in Italy during the holidays. One very big tradition is the mercatini di Natale, is the Christmas markets. Italians go out to these markets that open between maybe mid-December to the end of the year, even the first week. Actually, December 8th is the official beginning, the official start of the holidays until January 6th. So cities and towns have these markets. You go there and buy your presents, your gifts. Most of them are local artists and craftsmen, and it's a lot of fun. There is food, there is this vibe that is the holidays. The other thing that we do, we really like our cities all filled with lights and Christmas decorations, like Perugia. These are images from Perugia, my hometown. Perugia è addobbata per Natale. Addobbata, double D, double B. Addobbata means it's all, I don't know, what's the word in English, if you know this, filled, decorated for Christmas. That's what it is. So Natale is our word for Christmas. Natale actually means the birthday. The birthday. Nato, io sono nata l'11 giugno. I was born. So nata is the same root as Natale. And then what Italians also do, every little town, big or small, they have what we call presepe vivente. the living presepe, the living nativity scene. Presepe is the word for nativity scene. Have you ever been to one? Hannah, have you ever heard of this tradition? Yeah, I'm glad you did. Italians are so let's say, I remember in my little town of 1,000 people, I was in the committee. Guess what? I was in a committee that organized the Presepe Vivente, and the whole town transformed. We turned off all the power, and then we only had candles everywhere in the medieval part of the town. And then we had days and times during the days, usually at night, when the people became actors and they opened their old, I don't know, the basements of their homes, and they pulled out everything that they had that was old and ancient, like old tools, old ways to make, I don't know, wool or cooking, or they had a wood oven in the house. They would make bread, and people would just walk from place to place until they arrived at the nativity where Mary and the baby were. So I found this little short video to give you an idea of what you might see during a presepe vivente. Can you hear me if I talk while this is going on? Okay, so you see the old ancient crafts and ways of making things, like this one. This is il vasaro. Il vasaro is the person who makes pottery. Il fabbro is the iron worker. And this is il fornaio. Il fornaio, they make bread. And then they really make it there, and then people can eat it as they walk by. See, just. And now we have il corbellaio. Il corbellaio makes baskets. And here probably we are at the medieval version of a bar, and we have l'oste. Then we have la maestra. I don't know what she's doing with the map, modern map, probably saying where Jesus was born. Here they're making candles, la cereria. La cereria is where they make candles. And then in the meanwhile, the history of that night goes on, and probably, yeah, there are 5, I don't know, the Romans are there. Yes, the Romans are there, of course. So there is a whole script that they follow until, oh yes, this person is working with wool. And then you arrive at the manger where the baby and Mary and Joseph are. So there are different times during the holidays where they reenact the nativity scene, and it's all over the radio, and there are posters all over town, and people come and just enjoy being transported back in time. So let's look at what happens in the nativity scene, nel presepio. So il presepio is central in Italy. Let's read this together. Il presepio o presepe ha origine in Italia nel 1322. I cannot see numbers, but I think it is 1322. San Francesco, 23. San Francesco fa il primo presepio a Greccio. So who invented the presepio, the nativity? It was St. Francis of Assisi. And he made his first presepio, first nativity in Greccio, a little town on the mountains between Umbria and Lazio. And so since then, this tradition really became central in Italian culture. I want to show you the characters of the presepio. Do you make a presepio at home? Yeah, you too, yes. We too, we always made a presepio. So what do we have here? We have La Madonna, and you can repeat after me to practice. La Madonna e Gesù Bambino. Gesù Bambino. Baby Jesus. And then we have San Giuseppe, San Giuseppe e Maria, also la Madonna, Maria. Oh, leggiamo questo insieme. Let's read this together. We have two animals here, il bue e l'asinello. So the ox and the big cow and the little donkey. Il bue e l'asinello scaldano il piccolo Gesù con il loro fiato. What are they doing? They are doing this, right? They're scaldano il piccolo Gesù con il loro fiato, something we cannot do this year. L'angelo canta, l'angelo canta, venite, adoriamo Gesù. So he's saying, venite, adoremus. See how close Italian is to Latin. Venite, adoriamo. And then something else also is happening in the scene. We have the three kings. I'm trying to move your faces from there and I can't. Okay, so that I can read. Something is frozen on my screen. But we have I tre re magi, the three kings. 1, 2, and 3. Their names, I don't know how their names sound in English, but in Italian, they are quite a mouthful. Melchiorre, Baldassarre, e Gaspare. The three kings seguono la stella cometa e portano in oro, incenso e mirra al bambin Gesù. Okay, I cannot read because I have your screen right on top of my slides and I can't move it now. Okay. Maybe you can help me and read this. Can a volunteer read these two squares that we just read? Okay, Bob. You have to unmute yourself or Diana can do it. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Il bue e l'asinello scaldano il piccolo Gesù con il loro fiato. L'angelo canta, venite adoriamo Gesù. I tre magi, Melchiorre, Baldassare e Gaspare, seguono la stella cometa. Cometa?
Sì.
Sì, e portano oro, incenso e mirra al bambinello. Bambinello.
Bravissimo Bob, sì, esattamente, grazie.
Grazie a lei.
Qualcun altro vuole leggere? Anybody else wants to read?
Lorraine does. I'm going to unmute her.
Okay. We can't hear you, Laura. We can't hear you.
Lorraine, we can't hear you yet, so I'm going to push your ask to unmute button here. Let's see if we can get you.
Am I?
Okay.
There you are.
Okay.
Yes.
All righty. Il pastore e la pastorella portano le pecore e le pecorelle, le oche e le galline. Il pastore suona la zampogna. Tutti adorano il bambino Gesù. La pastorella prega.
Grazie Lore, molto coraggiosa. Grazie, very brave. I didn't read that and you read it. Yes, il pastore e la pastorella. So these are also the other very important characters. They are all shepherds and they are female shepherds. Usually you say pastore or pastorello, meaning a young and young pastore, young shepherd, and la pastorella, a young female shepherd. They bring le pecore. Le pecore, come questa qui, questa è una pecora, e le pecorelle, also the little ones. Le oche, questa è un'oca, e le galline. E il pastore suona la zampogna, ecco la zampogna. La zampogna with a big Z. Tutti adorano il bambino Gesù. See, another way of this is very common, dropping the final O in bambino before Gesù, bambin Gesù. Doesn't happen in other cases, just with Gesù, bambin Gesù. La pastorella prega. Anybody else would like to try any of these three?
I thought I saw Nedra. Are you interested in giving it a try? Yeah, I'm going to ask to unmute you, okay?
Grazie, Nedra.
Il pastore e la pastorella portano le pecore e le pecorelle, le oche e le galline. Il pastore suona la zampogna. Tutte adorano il bambino Gesù. La pastorella prega.
Bravissima, Nedra. You're so, I mean, I cannot stop saying this. It's so important that you are also modeling for each other, that you listen to each other speaking this new language. Thank you for thank you for everybody for listening, but also for speaking and trying things, even though it's risky, isn't it? It's risky sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah. So now we have the song again, and this time I found also the music and the lyrics, and we have the music here. So let's try to sing it. Diana will mute everybody, but I invite you to sing it. So there is also words as the music goes on the video, but you can also follow the music. I'm not sure that it's the right tone for this, for what you're hearing, but forgive me. It's not easy to find this piece. Okay, ready to sing? Cantiamo insieme.
Cielo, e vieni
Molto bene. I saw you were singing. Great, silent choir, but you were all singing. We are all safe. Finally, we are singing together. Yay! How was it? Was it okay? Were you able to follow? It's an easy tune, right? It's very fun to sing. Great, stop, stop. I want to go forward. Okay, so the Nativity, baby Jesus, big deal in Italy, but we also have our Christmas tree. And let's find out what we do with the Christmas tree and the presents. Abbiamo l'albero di Natale. L'albero di Natale. Questo è un albero e nell'albero di Natale ci sono le palline rosse, le palline bianche, le palline grandi, le palline piccole e le luci di Natale. So, the Christmas lights, le luci di Natale. In Umbria, where I'm from, in the city of Gubbio, this is the city of Gubbio, which is right at the bottom of this big mountain. Every year from forever, they light up this humongous tree from the bottom of the mountain to the top of the mountain, and you can see it from everywhere. And at the top of the mountain, of course, there is the church of the patron of Gubbio. And have you seen it? Have you ever been to Italy to see this tree? It's a beautiful sight. It's amazing. L'albero di Gubbio, that's how people know it. You can Google it and find all these images. It's really beautiful. So l'albero di Natale is also important in Italy, not as important, but maybe I would say that in the north of Italy, more important than in the center and in the south. And then i regali e i doni di Natale, i regali, regali o doni, doni di Natale. There's lots of people that bring presents throughout the holidays in Italy. They start in the beginning of December until January 6th. There is someone here and there that brings gifts and presents to children. We have Babbo Natale, which is Santa, Babbo Natale, also known as San Nicola in certain parts of Italy, San Nicola. Babbo Natale o San Nicola arriva nella notte fra il 5 e il 6 dicembre. Fra il 5 e il 6, so fra means between. Fra il 5 e il 6 dicembre. And then we not only have Babbo Natale, also known as San Nicola, but also San Nicola sometimes is called San Niccolò. Babbo Natale, San Niccolò, Santa Lucia, Gesù Bambino, la Befana, tutti portano i regali ai bambini. We would like to read for us all these characters that are so nice with kids in Italy. And here too. Who would like to volunteer?
I see you, Linda Clater. I'm going to unmute you, okay?
Babbo Natale, San Niccolò, Santa Lucia, Gesù Bambino, la Befana, tutti portano i regali ai bambini.
Benissimo, grazie, grazie. Sì, sì, molto bene, sì. And then we have also this nice witch. She's called la Befana. Le calze della Befana. Ecco le calze della Befana. The stockings. We hang the stockings by the fireplace on January 6th. That night she comes through the chimney like Santa, and she leaves footprints on the ashes actually. And she brings little toys, sweets, and if you're not very good last year, so she also brings coal, and usually it's made of sugar. It's gray, black coal. It's very good though. Allora, le calze della Befana. La Befana arriva la notte fra il 5 e il 6 gennaio. Esatto, and with her, the holidays are closed. That's the Epiphany, the end. The history of this witch is an interesting one. Apparently, the three kings lost their way and they lost the comet, the star, and they didn't know where to go. And she said, "Oh, I know where baby Jesus is." And she started to lead them towards baby Jesus, but then she suddenly forgot where he was. And so the king had to find their way to the manger. And so she felt guilty, and so she said, "Oh, I need to bring gifts. I have to bring gifts." And she started to fly and bringing gifts to the kids since then. That's the story. Aha! And that was all fun, but now let's do some grammar together. Do you remember last time, those of you who were with us, we practiced verbs. And remember we said that there are three big groups of verbs, three conjugations in Italian. The first one is with the verbs that in the infinitive, they end in are, like cantare, ballare, mangiare, cenare, pranzare, guardare, parlare, studiare. So all these infinitives then are turned into, they change their endings, their suffix, depending on who is doing the action. So io, let's take cantare. Io canto. So we keep the root of the verb, cant, we get rid of are, and then we add the suffix for each person. You want to practice with me with cantare just to remind ourselves? Io canto, tu canti, lei canta, noi cantiamo, voi cantate, loro cantano. Sì. Maybe we can, would you like to practice? Would you like to practice? Yeah, I think I can do it. Let's take maybe 30 seconds and maybe by yourself you can pick a verb and practice conjugating the verb. And then watch your mouth going like this. Bravi, vedo che siete tutti pronti a parlare. And I'm sure you remembered, and I can hear you, that when you go from, let's say, ballare, let's take ballare. You say, noi balliamo, the emphasis is in a. Voi ballate, a is your emphasis. But when we go to the last person, we say, ballano. The emphasis is in the first syllable. This is a strong, strong rule of Italian. The last person, in all verbs, in all conjugations, you see the shift of the emphasis to the first syllable. Ballano, mangiano, pranzano. Il ballo. Molto bene. E allora, adesso guardiamo il secondo gruppo. The second group of verbs. The verbs that end in ere. The infinitive ends in ere. Scendere is the first verb in our song. Tu scendi dalle stelle. Scendere. Credere. Mettere. Vendere. Chiudere. Chiedere. Vedere. Cadere. And these are the two that are playing tricks on us, these last two verbs. The emphasis, instead of being before the ere, now it's on ere. It should have been, see, chiudere, chiedere, vedere. No, vedere. I don't know why there's some verbs that do this. Something to do with vowels and certain rhythm of the language. But let's practice then conjugating these verbs. It's very similar to the first group, like canto, but now let's take scendere. Io scendo. Tu scendi. Lei scende. Noi scendiamo. Voi scendete. Loro scendono. So very similar to the first one, but the third person tells you that this is the second conjugation. It's e. In the first group, it would have been a, like lei canta. Lei scende, because this is an ere. And also here, instead of cantate, we have scendete. This tells you it's the second group. You want to practice? Just pick a verb or two and practice this conjugation. Molto bene. I can hear you. Would anybody like to try loud for everybody else? A volunteer? Yes, Amy. I saw Amy.
I just have to do credo.
Bene.
Because credo in unum deum is something we sing all the time.
Yes.
Io credo, tu credi, lei crede, noi crediamo, voi credete, loro credono.
Brava Amy, credono. Sì, esatto. Brava. Anybody else? Pick a verb you like.
How about you, Bob? I thought I saw you with your hand up.
Oh.
Hello.
Yes. Sì.
Io vendo, tu vendi, lei vende, noi vendiamo, voi vendete, loro vendono.
Bravo Bob, you remembered. Vendono. Sì. Esatto. Grazie.
Prego.
E poi here on this side there are two verbs that are very common, sapere, to know, and potere. They are ere verbs, but they're irregular a little bit. So you can see that they look like a little strange. Why sapere. It looks like the root would be sape or sap, but instead we drop everything and we say so. I know. Lo so. I know. So. Sai. Sa. Sappiamo. Sapete. Sanno. So there are irregular verbs in Italian too, not just in English. And if you'll see when you become more experienced with Italian that there are patterns. They kind of fall into subgroups. Once you see a group, you recognize them as belonging to these subgroups. But let's stop with this and let's practice something more fun maybe. I know you can read and you understand so much Italian now. So we need volunteers to read for us what happens here. I'm going to read it first and you read it with me and then someone will volunteer. Okay? Let's see what we do for Christmas. Tradizioni di Natale. Il 24 dicembre è la vigilia di Natale. Non mangiamo carne, ma cuciniamo una cena di pesce, pasta e verdure. Molte famiglie vanno alla messa di mezzanotte. What's happening here? This really explains what happens the day before Christmas. Il 24 dicembre è la vigilia. La vigilia. How do you say vigilia? The day before? I can't find the word. We don't eat meat. So, say
Eve.
again. Eve. Yeah. Exactly. Vigilia. Traditionally, if you're following the tradition, you don't eat meat, non mangiamo carne, ma cuciniamo una cena di pesce, fish, pasta e verdure, vegetables. E molte famiglie vanno alla messa di mezzanotte. So there is the mass at midnight, mezzanotte. Il 25 dicembre è il giorno di Natale. Le famiglie preparano un grande pranzo di Natale, grande pranzo. For hours you eat. Il 26 dicembre è il giorno di Santo Stefano. Le famiglie sono insieme e vanno ai mercatini di Natale o a fare passeggiate in campagna o in montagna. So what do families do the day after Christmas, il giorno di Santo Stefano? Not today, but until a few years ago, I think today too, actually, everything is closed. You don't go shopping. Instead, you stay with your family, you keep eating, go out for the mercatini, shopping in the mercatini, or go for walks. That's what Italians do these 3 days. Who would like to read for us? Come on. Lore, yes, grazie.
Il 24 dicembre è la vigilia di Natale. Non mangiamo carne, ma cuciniamo una cena di pesce, pasta e verdure. Molte famiglie vanno alla messa di mezzanotte.
Grazie Lore. Un'altra persona? Someone else? Come on. Yes.
I can read the second one.
Grazie Steven.
Il 25 dicembre è il giorno di Natale. Le famiglie preparano un grande pranzo di Natale.
Grazie Stefano. Grazie. And what about the third one? Who would like to try?
Okay, Bob says to call on you. So maybe, hey, Oli, do you want to give this one a try? All right, I'm going to ask to unmute you.
I can, but I don't know the numbers.
26.
Il 26 dicembre è il giorno di Santo Stefano. Le famiglie sono insieme e vanno ai mercatini di Natale o a fare passeggiate in campagna o in montagna.
Bravo Ole! Mi piacciono le vocali. Your vowels are beautiful. Well done.
Thank you.
Grazie Ole. Bravi. E allora, since we are talking about food, and food is so important in Italy, what are Italians eating? There is so much food for the holidays, and it's so
Panettone!
Il panettone, sì. It's really, there are a few things that everybody knows, but then it depends where you are. And you have your very traditional cultural dishes. So I can talk about Umbria and Perugia and something that is national too. In Umbria we make I cappelletti in brodo. I cappelletti. Cappelletto means small hats. They look like hats. In brodo, in broth. And they are, you cut your pasta, your dough in circles, and then you fill it with 3 kinds of meats. So chicken, beef, and pork, and then nutmeg and parmesan and egg. You cook everything, and then you mix it with parmesan and egg and nutmeg, and then you fill it. You make the hat. All children learn how to do it. My daughters know exactly what to do already. And then you eat it as a soup for the Christmas Day. We also make la parmigiana di cardi. La parmigiana. As the word says, there's lots of parmesan in this dish. Cardis are cardoons. So the kind of artichokes, but they don't make the artichoke, you eat the stalks. And people grow them in their garden and they wrap them with newspapers so that they stay white. They don't get green and bitter. So you fry those and then you make a lasagna with sauce, meat sauce, tomato sauce, and then lots of Parmesan. That's what we do in Umbria. In Perugia, I must say. Of course, il panettone and il pandoro. These are the 2 Italian Christmas breads, and Italians are divided into 2. Those who want panettone, the others who hate it. And those who love pandoro, and the other ones hate it. I am a panettone. I like pandoro, but I prefer panettone. Panettone has raisins and candied fruit. Pandoro is more vanilla, and both of them are very soft breads. Il panettone, you can find them here. You can buy them easily, you can find them. Il torrone is another very, very famous sweet. It's made of almonds, honey, and pistachios. There are different versions also in Italy. We do drink, and we drink lo spumante. Lo spumante is the Italian champagne. We cannot call it champagne because that's French, the French one. So for us is lo spumante. Notice the article lo before S plus a consonant, that big row, lo spumante. But il torrone, both of them are masculine singular. And then we have il panforte. Panforte, traditionally Tuscan and Siena, from there, but all over Italy too. Again, almonds, candied fruit, honey. Well, I love it. And then we have in Umbria, and I must say, mostly in Perugia and the area around Perugia, we make this snake, il torciglione. It's made of almonds and egg whites. Torciglione. It has the shape of a snake. It's a very ancient dessert and just for Christmas. And it has to do with the snake, our famous snake in the Bible. We also make le pinoccate. Pinoccate. They're made with egg whites and sugar and pine nuts. And finally, gli amaretti. Amaretti. Amaro means bitter. And they are made of almonds and also a little bit of the bitter almonds. So you have this aftertaste of bitterness and it plays against the sugar and the sweetness of everything else. But this is just a quick overview of the food. There is so much food and so different in all parts of Italy. Perfect timing. So now we can sit back. Now that we know we have all this vocabulary about Christmas, let's hear from Italians, real Italians, what they say about Christmas, about Natale. We are watching this short video. Enjoy.
Ciao. Buongiorno signora.
Buongiorno.
Lei che cosa ne pensa di Natale, dell'attesa di Natale?
Direi che il Natale è una bella festa, ma soprattutto trovo che sia molto bella l'attesa del Natale, perché tutti in famiglia preparano le decorazioni, l'albero di Natale, il presepe e poi i bambini scrivono la lettera a Gesù Bambino.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Che cosa lei pensa di Natale?
Natale è la festa dedicata ai bambini essenzialmente e alle riunioni familiari, nel senso che tutte le famiglie si riuniscono, chi più chi meno, a Natale per festeggiare il Natale. E poi la festa dei bimbi perché arriva Babbo Natale e porta i doni.
I doni in Italia per la maggior parte del territorio li porta Gesù Bambino, ma c'è una piccola zona che è la zona di Bergamo dove i doni invece arrivano con Santa Lucia che è il 13 dicembre.
Noi facciamo specialità cappelletti in brodo, c'è carne sempre in brodo, facciamo tutto in famiglia, cucina molto, siamo in famiglia, molto semplice.
Ciao, che cosa pensi di Natale?
Allora, ciao, penso che il Natale sia una bellissima festa da passare in famiglia. Per noi in Italia è una festa che riunisce tutte le nostre tradizioni e ci serve appunto per festeggiare coi bambini, con la famiglia e mangiare anche tante cose buone.
Tutte sono delle cose molto buone.
Abbastanza buone, diciamo, anche molto semplici.
A lei che cosa le piace di più nella cucina italiana di Natale?
Soprattutto le lasagne sono molto buone e da noi vanno molto per Natale, diciamo.
Grazie mille.
Di niente.
I dolci? Dei dolci?
Panettoni, pandori, torroni, soprattutto, ecco, molto semplice.
Grazie mille.
Quali specialità?
Allora, diciamo che mangiamo pesce o magari anche i tortellini in brodo, o tutte queste cose qua, diciamo un po'. Più che altro è sui dolci che panettone, pandoro, sai, queste specialità.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Che cosa pensi di Natale?
È un bel periodo, tipo per le vacanze natalizie, così c'è la neve qualche volta no.
E come gelati, un gusto in particolare?
Ma io penso che il cioccolato piaccia a tutti, altrimenti il pistacchio è un buonissimo, è molto conosciuto, ma diciamo che il gelato è per eccellenza un prodotto italiano, quindi comunque sia piace un po' tutto il gusto, tutti i gusti, diciamo. Sì.
Grazie mille.
Quando eri piccolo, pensi che qualcosa è cambiato?
Un po' sì, anche dalle persone così, in generale.
Rimani con la famiglia per Natale?
Sì, noi viviamo in Italia, però qualche volta usciamo così con dei parenti.
E siete venuti qua per...
Vacanze.
Bello, ti piace qua?
Certo.
Okay, so you actually know all the secrets already. Everything they said, we discussed tonight, right? And you know all the words that you need to know about Italian Christmas and holidays, right?
Ciao a tutti, benvenuti su Easy Italia.
Ok, allora finiamo. Let's end tonight with what we tell each other. Buon Natale, buone feste e felice anno nuovo. Buon anno. Buon anno. So just a little note, side note, remember to say double N in this word. Anno, not anno, right? Because that's another thing. Buon anno, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. I think this is it for tonight. I want to thank you again. Really happy holidays to everybody. Thank you for being here. It's going to be a strange time, but we are still the same, and we'll see each other again in the new year. Forget 2020. We are starting with something new.